Now, boys, what's going on? This is Yorkie here. Welcome back to another episode of this FIFA 22 career mode. The road to glory with Salford City. And things are going all right. Things are going pretty decently. We're 5th in the league, but we want to be top 2. And this is a big problem for me. We're trying to sim a lot more games now, as I've said in previous episodes, so that we can start getting through the seasons. We don't actually have that long now until FIFA 23 comes out. So we need to be focusing as much as possible in the short span of time that I have to get as many games done as humanly possible. So where it stands at the moment, though, we are not in the top 2. And that is the goal. I don't want playoffs again. It's heartbreak. Although the teams currently that are in the playoffs, I feel like we can beat all of them. Last season, it was a complete different story. We had that unbelievable Southampton side in the playoffs, which we didn't really stand a chance against. This one, I actually feel like we could beat these teams. We've beaten West Brom recently. Forest and Huddersfield are both teams I definitely feel like we can beat. Brentford would be a little bit more difficult, although we did have a decent time against them. We should have beaten them in the last episode. We are in the month of December now, and with January coming up, there's probably going to be a lot going on, because I think some major things might happen in January, and we do have some big players there that could leave. Doyle being one of them. Still not had an English club offer us, and it's going to be a Premiership team as well. So Doyle looks set to stay. I will check to know that it has to be a team that's not getting relegated or in a relegation scrap. I feel like he should be going to a bigger team, maybe a mid-table side, or even one pushing for the top 6. We'll see what happens there with that. I'm just praying that nobody comes in for him and he stays. We are going to play Forest in this episode. I'm going to sim the Millwall game, I think, and I'm actually going to try the calendar sim and just see if it gets us a bit of a better result, because I found the calendar sim sometimes works a lot better than just the quick sim. So we'll see if it's going to work in our favour this time round. And is it going to do it? Hopefully it does. We get a 1-0 victory. Massive for us. Now let's get to the Nottingham Forest game, where hopefully we can get a decent result. We could absolutely lose Akpro as well, and he's been in unreal form recently. I would love to keep him. That pushes us into 4th place. Not that far off the top 2. We just need Stoke and Brentford. Just Stoke, really. We just need Stoke to drop off, which I did mention their team isn't actually that good. I feel like Stoke will drop off at some point. The most important thing here is trying to get this result against Nottingham Forest. Obviously, recently promoted in real life. This is going to be starting 11. Atete, List, McNeil, Lejeune starts today. We've got some tired legs. Morrow in the team as well. I think Morrow's been unreal in recent episodes. At Pro, he's gone down by 1. But the man is still a beast. The screamer he scored the other day was unreal. Doyle is now 78 rated and the best player in the team, along with Galloway, who is now 78 rated. So I'm starting to question, how long can we keep hold of Galloway as well if we don't get promoted? A victory here would just go a long way to helping us be back in that top 2 race, because I think I even mentioned it in the last episode that I was kind of starting to think it's probably going to be playoffs. That's probably going to be the best we can achieve. But with recent results, the way the top 2 have been playing, they've started to drop points a little bit. Maybe it's not going to be the case. Alex Mighton is a player that you guys actually wanted me to sign at one point. Unfortunately for him, he's not really kicked on. He's not progressed massively. Certainly not enough for us to take him now that we look hopefully to be set to be a Premiership side soon. I would love it to be after this season. And then maybe we could get 2 Premiership seasons in. We're not going to get to be that road to glory side that win the Premiership, win the Champions League, but we could at least get to a decent stage. That's going to open up a lot of space for Atete. This is going to have to be a really good take from him, and McKenna is there, unfortunately. That is a horrendous clearance, and Lejeune is absolutely massive, which is surprising. He doesn't have that much pace, so I'm going to whip this one back post. Panzo clears it. Akpa, good ball movement. McNeil, that's a good turn. Atete's going to be in here, surely. Was he offside? Because if he wasn't, that is a horrendous miss. I don't think he was offside. Ah, he was, wasn't he? Quite a bit. Yeah, that's fine. That'll do. That was a really good opportunity from him. Morrow now, all alone. Great footwork from him, as per usual. This is good. McNeil in towards Atete. Atete! Oh, what a finish from Atete. There we go. 1-0 Salford City. We do this so often. He does this so often. Top goal scorer this season. And I'm pretty sure even if the season ended, well, his season ended now, I still feel like he'd finish top goal scorer. We do have the issue as well. Ricky J. Jones, injured for 7 months. So I'm still questioning whether we sign a striker, but Mercier in that last episode was great. But this is a fantastic finish near post. List in this position is dangerous. Try and draw him in there and Drag it back. He's actually done fantastically there. McNeil now, though. I need a bit more help. McNeil back across to Morrow. Can't really find any room in there. Forest are parking their box when we're bringing the ball forward. Gates. Good movement. Surridge. Silva. Worrell. Kind of hoping for no one to be there, and we're going to be beaten by a deflection again. I think that one comes off Atpro. It's another deflection that finds the back of the net. The keeper's having an unreal season, but it's going to be Mighton who claims the goal. But there's definitely a huge deflection here. It's such a shame. This is the second time this has happened to us this season. Let's just see how this goes. Oh, it's off Atpro. And it's 1-1 just like that. And Nottingham Forest really haven't offered anything. They've been on the back foot the majority of the game. Might need something special here from the goalkeeper. Yates back in. Mighton, Surridge over the bar. Not the liveliest of first halves, but let's see. Get anything in the second half. This could be a side. We ended up playing in the playoffs. We need to remember that. And so far, I feel like we've got enough. We've got enough to beat this kind of team. Just whether we could put them under enough pressure. They started to come on strong towards the end of that half, and I expect them to come out at the start of this second half very strong. Attain out. Oh, I've got Morrow. That's a great ball into Morrow. Good volley for Morrow, and there we go. It's 2-1 Salford City. That ball over the top seems to be the killer ball against them at the moment. It's been the killer ball again. Atete with the assist. His passing was lackluster in the last episode. Not so much in this one. And Morrow is definitely earning himself some favour back into this starting 11. Galloway up to Lejeune. Lejeune wants to move that one on quickly. Atete might have Elliot List here. Is this going to be free? It is going to be free. The goalkeeper's had a bit of a howler. I think we've just megged him. Elliot List makes it 3-1. This should be comfortable now. The start of the second half has gone perfectly for us. Every time we've won the ball back, we broke so quickly. And Elliot List back in the goals again. I would love to say that we are missing Ricky J. Jones, but it just doesn't feel like we are. Atete with another assist, and it is Megs there from Elliot List. I think that also gives us an opportunity to bring on some fresh legs. Timmy Abraham coming onto the pitch, and Liam Kelly again. Unhappy at the club at the minute is Kelly, but we'll see what his future holds. I'm not sure if he will be hanging around for much longer. 74 rated. We could probably get a pretty price for him. I haven't sent the scouts out this season, and I'm not sure we are going to. I think we're going to have a season off just because the academy is absolutely stacked. That was fantastic from Lejeune. And Timmy Abraham then over to Elliot List. And just like that, it is 4-1. Elliot List makes it 4-1. Fantastic performance from him. Great ball over the top again. It's the killer ball for us at the minute against Forest. And I think that's game done and dusted. I thought it was done and dusted at 3-1. It's definitely over now. Timmy Abraham coming on and getting an assist early doors. Elliot List smashing it past the goalkeeper. Well, one of the two sides needed to come out in the second half and be lively. Luckily for me, it was us. They're making a lot of mistakes now. They seem nervy. Lejeune has really picked up the pace as well in this second half. We've started to see much better footwork, much better control from him. And although he doesn't have pace, he has looked very decent on the football. Lejeune's in a good position to find Elliot List, who's on a hat-trick. The flag has stayed down. Elliot List with a second half hat-trick. Fantastic performance from our number 9 again. I knew this man would be in the goals. We've had him since, I think, episode number 1 or number 2. And he's been fantastic ever since we signed him. He's got himself another hat-trick. He will be taking the match ball home. It's a great ball in from Lejeune. Elliot List made a fantastic run. It's a beautiful header to find the back of the net. It's a side we've not seen for a while. Injury issues have plagued him. But Elliot List can go and collect the match ball. Our hat-trick hero in this one. And certainly back in good form. And we're going to need that kind of form from Elliot List if we are to get promoted from the Championship. That does move us into third. Hunting down Stoke City on 46 points. Hopefully we can keep the form up. Blackburn Rovers next. This is going to be starting 11. We're going to quick sim it. Hopefully with a decent result. They're 12th in the league. And we do get a 2-1 victory. Atete and Elliot List again. The man bagging the goals. He's going to try and catch Atete for top goal scorer. I guarantee that. We needed to do it. Now, risk of losing 2 players. Who are the 2 players that are going to have contracts up? It's Brannigan and Akpa, I believe. Now, I'm just not sure we offer Brannigan a new contract. I was kind of hoping to sell him. I am going to enter these negotiations. If we can get him to relinquish Crucial and go down to rotation, I think we keep him. He wants important. I'm actually going to walk away from it. We're going to let Brannigan go for free. It's not something that I would like to do. We'd probably get a little bit of money for him, but these things happen quite consistently at Championship clubs and Premiership teams. The next one is Timmy Abraham. Now, he's someone who's definitely earned himself in favour with me. A few people have asked before, do you think you'll let him go? Absolutely not. Next up, we've got West Brom, who are now 9th. Remember when they were in the top 2? Absolutely mad. We're going to quick sim this one as well, hoping for a good result. We're at home, and we will lose 2-0. Fair enough. I mean, they've got a very good team. We offered a little bit in that match as well, though. They've got a good side, so I'll take that. But since we played them in a recent episode, I'd try and avoid to play them again. We're still 3rd in the league. Stoke have started to pick up some points, though. 15th place, Cardiff. Next, can we get a decent result against Cardiff? We can. It's a 2-1 defeat. Tete with a goal. Zimba with 2 for them. So I'm going to try and turn our form around by playing the next game against Ipswich. We're also going to have to rotate the team heading into January. I'm going to play this one. Again, the more and more we play, we're 10 points off second now. The more and more we play this season out, the more and more I believe it probably will be playoffs again. But I do feel like the teams in the playoffs this time round are certainly teams that we can beat. So this is the plan. Starting 11 for the Ipswich game. We're going with Timmy Abraham. Old, tried and tested Abraham next to the list with Lado in behind. Galloway and Apro our centre midfielders. And Dicker Matten back in the team. Morrow is absolutely knackered. This is not a very strong Ipswich team. This is certainly a team we should be seeing a good performance against. So a big win here heading into January would be massive for us. I need the lads that are on the pitch to put in very good performances. Play it list. Timmy Abraham's making a run over the top. Timmy Abraham on the volley straight at Walton. Every now and again, we get reminded that Timmy Abraham is only 67 rated here in the Championship. He doesn't play like a 67 rated player, though. He's been fantastic for me. Look across to Atper. Into Lado. Lado again from distance trying to fire off a shot, but we'll take a corner. No, we could be dangerous from these. I think goal just opens the game right up. We can just find our way into the back of the net. Lado now from distance. He was going to go top bins. Not really the right side. I was trying to curl it to the opposite corner. Didn't quite find the correct ball in. And Dicker Matten has gone down now. This is not good news. We really could do with him not having a long-term injury. Of course, Morrow started to play fantastically well, which is great news for us, but we're going to have to use one of the youngsters. Oliver Hanna now, 74 rated. Him and Lejeune have both gone up very well this season. So I've got no complaints in that. If we're going to have to play some of the youngsters, let's get them in there. Elliot List now. He's got a man beyond him. It's going to be Lado. Lado's going to take that one clean through. Lado's going to take that one clean through. He's going to try and play it into Malik Wilkes. Dangerous angle. Oh, he's going to be really hard there. Really tight. Again, showing how dangerous we can be. Go on then, Hannah. I'm happy to play that one through. And if Hannah's got a good touch... And I did have a good touch. Pull that one back. Elliot List. Dangerous position. I thought that was going to be deflected into the back of the net. But they're hanging on here at Ipswich. They're doing a good job of hanging on as well. That's a dangerous ball in towards Doyle, but it's over the bar. Wasn't for lack of trying in that first half. I feel like we created plenty of chances, just not quite found a way through. I do feel like once we score one, the floodgates might open. Trying to force him back now. It's worked to me. Trying to win the football, but oh wow, that is... crazy, to be honest with you, but the ball there wasn't the greatest. Timmy Abraham's touch there wasn't the greatest, but we might just get away with this. Lado has played an absolute blinder through to Elliot List, and I told you, on the form that he's in, really scrappy goal, poor play from both sides. It broke our way though. Lado's ball in was superb. Elliot List makes it 1-0 Salford City. I cannot wait to see that man playing in the Premiership. He definitely deserves it. 11 goals now for the season. 19 matches played. He's been so good since coming back from injury. Actually got himself on a really good run. The worst thing that could happen now, though, is another injury. I wouldn't say he's been injury prone, but he has got injured at the worst times for us. Remember the playoffs last time out? Everybody got injured towards the playoffs in the strike force position. We've reinforced way more this season up top. But I need players like Elliot List in this starting 11 because he's just guaranteed goals. Oh, that's really good play from Ipswich now. That's fantastic play. What a save from the keeper. That's the best move they've had. Split open the defence perfectly there with that pass. It's so dangerous. That's a very deep one. Oh my God, I thought it was going to roll into the back of the net then. Oh, this is nice play. Lado's ball over the top there to Hannah. Will not get there in time. Absolutely clattered into Walton. Good ball movement now. Deluai did fantastically. It's a good shot. What a save from the keeper. Elliot List is a little bit tired, so we're going to bring on Mercier. We're also going to bring on White, who hasn't featured in the team probably as much as I'd like him to, but he's still gone up in overall this season by 1. This is a dangerous corner. He's still gone up this season by 1. I think if we play him more, he'll keep going up. Malik Wilkes is going to be gifted an opportunity to run here, and if he plays the correct ball, might find Lado. Lado just needs options now. Piling into the box. Just couldn't get the ball across, could he? We're still going to have a lot of room here to work into, though. Galloway now trying to fire off the shot. That one back to Malik Wilkes. We still have room to work. And I'm going to try and play that one into Malik Wilkes, surely, for 2-0. Making it a little bit more comfortable, giving us that cushion. And this should be a victory. White into Timmy Abraham, surely for the finish. And Ipswich have fallen apart. I did say the floodgates might open a little bit. They've had a much better second half, to be fair to them. Timmy Abraham back in the goals again. Another man that's had the odd injury issue. He's someone who you guys have mentioned several times. Why are you keeping him? How are you going to get rid of Timmy Abraham? But he always pops up with moments like this that are so impactful for how the season ends. Ipswich are going through now, and I'd nearly committed for a penalty. What a save from the keeper right at the deck. Corner. I've not been bad from corners. As I say that, they score. It won't be a clean sheet for the Czech goalkeeper in this one. It's 3-1 Ipswich. That's exactly why we needed those cushions. Not quite sure why he's celebrating like that, though. You are still 2 goals away from a draw. A massive moment for us. A big win as well. Needed. Very much needed. It's always good to rotate a little bit and still get good performances out of the boys and a good performance from the team. And I think that's massive for us. Elliot List, again, being so impactful. I think we absolutely dominated. It was only a matter of time. That first half, we were piling on so much pressure. It was only a matter of time. Let's see where that leaves us in the league. Of course, we're about to head into January now, which means the window opens. We're still back third, but it's 10 points the gap between ourselves and Stoke. I need Stoke to have the worst second half of the season in the world. I'm kind of tempted to go in there and try and sign Stoke's best player. Now, we've got a player injured, obviously, in Dicker Matem. It's going to be 2 months, which is really frustrating. Of course, that's not what we want. And Dicker out for that amount of time is going to hurt us. We probably will just put Morrow in the team instead. This is actually the starting 11 that we have. We'll put Morrow there instead, and he will be left out. But it's a shame because that rotation between the two has been big. It is starting to make me think maybe we sign somebody else for the left-hand side. We do see 2 centre-backs leaving, though. Jack Fitzwater goes to West Brom, and Connor Ogilvie is going to go to Sheffield United. As things stand, when it comes to the left, we don't have that many options. Keane Lewis Potter would be the option, but we certainly can't pay his price tag. And maybe converting someone to play that position. A left wing-back wouldn't be the end of the world, but Matson's definitely not someone we could get right now. Sessegnon probably the same. Kunku maybe try and bring him back to the club, see what he could do. But we're not blessed with options there on the left-hand side. That is a bit of a problem. I'm hopefully going to look for someone who is... I think I'd prefer someone promising for that position at the moment. And we are going to look for left midfielder and just see if we can find anyone that's going to suit the team. 10th place, Middlesbrough next, though. This is going to be a quick sim. Hopefully, we can pull off a decent result after that victory, and we do a 3-1 victory. Abdelouai getting a goal. Malik Wilkes and Morrow as well with the goal. Also, have to remember that there are major worries in this one that somebody big comes in for Doyle or somebody else, which would be hugely impactful. Not many options coming back for promising at the minute, and I find when we've hit this stage of FIFA, when we search for promising, this is kind of what we're going to get, and this is what we do get. And it's 2 players that don't have clubs. They're most likely regens of old players. Who knows? But we are going to go in for both of them and just kind of see. I mean, this guy is very quick. Barrios is very quick. But Edgar is looking like he's far more well-rounded. So maybe he would be the better of the 2. That is if we could retrain him, though, to play the position that we need. Up next against Chelsea. Really don't care about the cup. We've played a fairly strong team, but I've got no interest in the cup. We put up a decent fight, though, of 3-2 defeat. Tete missing a penalty. That is devastating. Mercia with a late goal. That Chelsea team was pretty good. Jonathan David with a hat-trick. Here we go, then. What we was expecting. Massive bid from Callum Doyle from Fulham. I'm instantly going to go and check to see where they are in the league. The board hate me at the minute as well, which is... it's a little bit worrying because we didn't hit the round of 16. I hate that one. I genuinely hate that one. Is there anything here... I mean, nothing really is critical apart from the reduced player wages and the 14.6 million earning from shirt sales, which we should achieve. It's a little bit frustrating, to be honest with you. We can't do any of these because they're all done. It's literally low as well for domestic success, but we're down to a 66 out of nowhere. I'll see where Fulham are in the Premiership, and they're 14th. They're not without a relegation scrap, but they do look fairly comfortable. I'm going to have to accept this. We're going to negotiate it. See if I can get more money for Doyle. I feel like he's worth it. I'd be happy with 15, to be honest. If they was willing to pay 15.5, would be a fee I'd be very happy with. 12.5. I don't want to give him for his exact value. I feel like that is just, it's not something I want to do. 14.5? Okay. It's too high for them. I feel like that was fair. I feel like Doyle is definitely worth more than his value. I think around 14, 15 million for an English centre-back of his quality isn't too much for us. So Doyle staying for now. Brentford next, who are top of the league. I'm tempted not to play this one because they're top of the league. I don't feel like we can slow them down, and we played them recently. Very much full strength starting 11. I don't expect to really get anything out of this game. It would be a surprise, and as expected, we lose it 3-1. Swansea next up, 7th in the league. We're going to play this one. This is definitely one I think we should play. And this will be the starting 11. It's pretty much full strength. I'm going to give White the opportunity, though, in this one. I want to see how he gets on, and he's going to play next to Kelly. I'm trying to give them some game time to keep them as happy as possible. It's in the snow. I'm going to change that because I think the snow is really, really bad on this year's FIFA. This won't be easy. We played Swansea recently and they were very good, but we need to keep picking up points. So I'm definitely going to have to play this one. And they're 7th in the league. Somebody else who's challenging for the playoffs. So can we make it 3 for 3 for victories in this episode? Kiona Tete, the championship top goal scorer. Absolutely fantastic. A freebie as well. We've done so well with the free transfers in this series. I cannot lie. I've been really impressed with some of the free transfers we've been able to pick up. And some of the contracts are a problem in FIFA, but the fact that some of these players go for free is actually really good. And I'm loving... That is a great ball into Kiona Tete. I think he might just be offside. He's got really good footwork. It is baffling how good his footwork is for such a big man. What can Lado do here? I thought I created just an inch of space. We'll take the corner, but 3 for 3 would be what we need. It would climb us back into third, I would imagine. I am still in a position, though, in my mind, as a Tete heads that straight at the goalkeeper, that it's going to be playoffs this season. And I hope we don't get sacked. That would be the worst way to end this series. The objectives have been the worst part, in my opinion, of career mode in this year's FIFA. And if it was the downfall of this series, it would just be the sourest way to end it. Because it was the start of our FIFA experience, being sacked by Tottenham, who we will be playing as for the start of next FIFA, FIFA 23. I have played the beta. Cannot tell you absolutely anything about the beta, but we will see. We will see what it's got to offer. I've got some FIFA 23 videos coming out. I obviously don't want them to be tarnished by me actually playing the beta and seeing a little bit of the gameplay and potentially what the game's going to be like. Morrow might have an opportunity to ping that one over. He doesn't. Elliott's going to do very well. Oh, he hasn't done very well. Kiona Tete, if he gets to it. The goalkeeper saves it. Kelly then with the chip. Oh, my God. Liam Kelly, take a bow, son. What a goal that was. We didn't get to see a replay. And we can't be done that dirty. If you guys know by now, I am awful with the chips. Tete had enough pressure there. It's saved from the keeper, but the keeper couldn't get back in time. And that is perfect from Liam Kelly. Thank you very much. Questioning whether he would be at the club at the end of this window or even next season is a big question. Moments like that will go a long way to making me change my mind. Certainly, on a technical standpoint, has improved massively. Better. Need to stop him from getting the correct ball in. That's worked out perfectly. What a save from the goalkeeper. We really can't sleep on Swansea. They've got a very good team. They've got a very good side. We know that. Why is Morrow the player that is going up to get to that header? Lado into a Tete. Wants to reverse that to Elliott List. He has reversed it to Elliott List. In that position, that man is dangerous. Well saved. Lado now. Has he spotted Kiona Tete? He has spotted Kiona Tete just before the half. These moments, we need to take them. Half-time whistle goes. It should definitely be more than just 1-0 to Salford. On a Tete now. Waiting and waiting. He knew he had Elliott List. He knew he had Elliott List. Put your house on Elliott List. 2-0 Salford City. Just like that. The ball over the top, as per usual, being so dangerous. Elliott List is having the episode of a lifetime. The man is firmly back. Kiona Tete must have several assists this season, though. He's been brilliant at playing those balls over the top. A quick breakaway after winning the football back. And Elliott List makes it 2-0 and gives me that desired cushion. Player from Swansea. Oh, God, they're moving the ball very well now. And I knew that was coming. And Svensson makes it 2-1. We need to tighten up. We cannot be giving away a 2-goal lead to a side that's in the playoff hunt. Sometimes I think it can be a case of tired legs at this stage of the game. So Atpro will come on. I'm going to bring on Lejeune as well. Been really happy with some of his performances. The two young wingers, Hannah and Lejeune, I've been happy with both of them. The fact that both can play either wing is a huge bonus to me. Here comes Swansea. It's an interesting ball in, and they're going to win it. And this is dangerous now. Nicham's shot is blocked. We just need to get this one away. Elliot List into Keon Tete. And let's just be clever here with the football. Kelly now. Oh, that's a poor touch. Gets away with it because of Tete. Quick thinking. Lado over the top towards Elliot List. Simpson's there. Not long left of the game. Can we hold out? And there we go. 2-1 victory for Salford City against Swansea. It wasn't as pretty or as easy as maybe it should have been. I felt like we dominated that one. Not going to lie. Like we dominated. Maybe should have scored more. Much better second half from Swansea. We're not that far off. We are 6 points off Stoke. I still believe the dream is alive. Now, we've used 3 episodes to get through as much as we could humanly possible. I might use the back end of the season here to do it as we would normally do it, in order to potentially give us the opportunity here for automatic promotion. Maybe 3 episodes on the ride back to the end of the season. Let's just look at these scout reports and how long Tete is going to be injured for. Only a bruised elbow. Fantastic news. Now let's look at Barrios, 1967, and Edgar. Edgar's the player that we were looking at. Cannot say his last name, but I can say his first. Let's offer him a contract. We'll try and convert him. At 19, the Armenian could be very good for us. 74 rated. Hopefully, we can negotiate a reasonable deal. Would he take rotation? He wants important. Do you know what? You can have it, Edgar. We'll give him important. I want to give him 4 years. He's only 19, so I want to tie him down for as long as possible. No release clause as per usual. He's not telling me what wage he would want. He's coming to a fairly sized club. We're going to go 13k. Give him 130 signing on. Hopefully he's going to accept this, and he will. Reasonable. So we do make 1 signing here in January. We've got a big squad anyway, though, so I knew we didn't need to do too much business. I'd rather save that for the Premiership and save the money we've got here, because it carries over. And having this kind of money on top of what we get for getting into the Premiership, which I'm hoping is at least like 20 to 30 million, would really help me improve the team. But that's going to be it for this episode, lads. I hope you enjoyed it. I appreciate each and every one of you. Again, thank you very much for continuing to come back. We're actually really super close to 5k, so we might be at 5k by the time this comes out. Again, huge plans, of course, for when FIFA 23 comes out. And I have started to record some videos of me talking about my expectations, what I want from FIFA 23 career mode, what I've seen so far, and what I like and dislike, as well as a few other videos. So they'll be coming in the coming days. And of course, rebuilds will be back. The only reason I haven't done a rebuild recently is because I'd have to go through and do all the transfers that have been made, and I don't have the time for that. I'd rather focus on Salford and doing these other one-off videos. Thank you very much for your support. I will see you in the next episode, where hopefully we can continue this kind of form, especially in the played games.